Hey, what's up, people? I'm a little tired, so I don't know how this video will come out, but we'll see. I just wanted to do a video on uh, how I became more natural in 30 days, if you want to call me a natural or whatever. Um, my presence can't invoke young blonde women with big asses that just grab me and kiss me. So take that if you will, or whatever. But I tried to do it on all these. I've been asking a lot of scientific questions on AI and about these things I've learned in game or PUA, but I've stuck to the natural side, and there's a lot of science behind it. So I'm trying to get AI to filter out my thoughts. I think it's done okay, but I need to make a better video on this. I need to do a better draft. So this is going to be like a pre-video to another video. Then I'll work on this video afterwards to create a better one. But so how this all occurred of trying to me taking this kind of like natural path, this natural mindset, becoming more of a natural was I instinctively knew that I'm not going to go around and repeat the same shit over and over. There was just no way. It's not who I am. But it really came down to, so if you figure, I started learning about pickup artistry when I was about 30. And for about 5 years, I really got nowhere. It was just a lot of reading, and it really made me worse because I went around and analyzed everything. And I guess I did get a little more awareness about my surroundings, that's for sure, and more awareness about myself, which was somewhat good, but maybe more self-conscious. Being self-conscious can be good or bad. It depends, but it's usually considered a negative term. But when I met some guys from the RSD City group, I saw some guys doing good, and that ultimately raised my behavior and the way I acted, and gave me more courage to approach and at least communicate, not being so nervous. So that helped, but we kind of splitted ways, whatever, and I was kind of left on my own, and I was having tremendous problems doing, I got the RSD hot seat at home. I was having a lot of problems doing, I was like talking to 10 women I'm romantically attracted to in a day. It's just fucking crazy. I mean, I couldn't do it. It was too much stress for me. So I decided to lower the barrier of entry. And I'm just going to go out and just talk to people, women, men, whatever, no romantic agenda at all. And this is what really kind of changed everything for me. Because I built up so much social experience with talking all to these random strangers, and then having a lot of people liking my conversations and then seeing me again and were happy to see me. So this built a lot of confidence, what I call social backing. I was doing grocery delivery at the time, so I was in the grocery stores in the daytime, and I'd never number closed a woman in the grocery store. I just started talking. So in the daytime, I was just having fun conversations, positive. The theme was always positive, just natural off the top of my head, or just a simple, how's your day? Direct eye contact and a smile, that type stuff. So then at night, I would go out to a bar and restaurants. It was Ruckus Pizza. I've talked about that place. It was Ruckus Pizza. Then there was some sports bar. Then there was like this. Then there was a wing place. There was a bar. Then there was partial pool hall. They'll do karaoke sometimes. So I had this. It was close to where I lived, so I had these 4 spots. Majority of the time, it was Ruckus Pizza did most of the business. So that was my day for quite a long time. It was at least a year, probably 2 years of me going this kind of same route. So by the time I hit the bar, as you can imagine, after talking to, I mean, it just keeps building and building. You know, you eventually get to meeting hundreds of new people, right? So it became effortless to talk to a woman. So, but this is my game plan to how to get this done, and really in 30 days is probably the easiest way to turn yourself into a natural, or give you the momentum. You're definitely going to be more natural, but give you the momentum to have the state of mind to be a natural. Might be some other stuff we got to work on after that, but you'll have the social part down. Once you understand the social part, and not facing a situation with negativity and scarcity and trying to protect yourself, a whole new world changes for you. So, program is 30 days, 100 people in 30 days. That's roughly 3 people a day. You can do 4 people on the weekends. It shouldn't be that difficult. There's no romantic interest. Maybe as a bonus, you know, if you're doing good, we can move on with that. But I've seen many people crash and burn in less than a month, trying to go hardcore and get, because they're socially uncalibrated, get massive rejections and just quit and complain on the fucking internet. But you probably, I'm sure you're not doing grocery delivery, so the way you could set this up, go to a new lunch spot every day. Maybe if you go to the gym, talk to somebody new at the gym. We want this to be preferably 51 women at least, and 49 men. So you definitely talk to men in this. You don't want to only talk to women, because this is a social thing. It's about getting social presence first. But preferably, maybe, you know, or if you're struggling, do 51 women. If it's that hard, just starting a conversation, do 51. But you should probably be 70-30, 70 women in the month. So, but suggestions are going to the grocery store. You won't be at the grocery store as much as I was. Whole Foods was awesome, and that's a good place. Lunch spots, the gym. That's for the daytime, but we're still going to go. We're still going to talk to some people at night. So you know, that could be bar, restaurant, karaoke night, any kind of musicians playing, whatever. You don't want to get in a habit like I did and start drinking every night. You ruin your health, and so stay away from the alcohol as much as possible. And so that's how we're going to run it. So this is the easiest program to become a natural. I don't think there is any program to become a natural, or not too many I've heard of. The goal is just 100 strangers. If you want to call it cold approach, you can. I don't recommend it calling cold approach because that puts different ideas in your head. Natural conversations. We take the familiarity frame. We talk to people like we know them, or we talk like we're not a threat, they're not a threat, and we're just going to talk to people like we're meeting a new friend, or just being cool and happy. Yeah, obviously, separate your social. We're doing social momentum from romantic outcomes. This trains your nervous system to handle social pressure completely unscripted, making you, when you're unscripted, you can think off the top of your head and naturally flow in conversations. And this is why I can have conversations with women for hours. Just naturally. Because I consider this the easiest program to become a natural, if not the only one. If you can't do this, spreading positivity, talking to strangers, you're in bad shape. So we are looking at having to go to a counselor, or having to go to a therapist or psychologist, or accepting the fact that maybe you can't be a natural and maybe you don't want to be one. So fair enough, whatever. You can't think your way into this. I can't, nobody can tell you what talking to on the bare bottom of 50 women in a month is like. There is nothing. It's like trying to teach somebody how to hit a curveball by reading and talking to them about it. Maybe give them some pointers, help them out a little bit, but you got to do it. There is no other way. There's no other way. You have to physically interact with the people. Now, there's this, Alex Hormozi had this thing about something about if you could survive 20 hours, you wouldn't have to waste the last 20 years of your life. And I really like that. And I was looking this up on AI, and that's, so the conversations are probably going to be 1 minute to 15 minutes at night. They can go for easy 30 minutes. But if you get it at like a rough estimate of 3 to 4 people a day, and let's just say those new conversations take 30 minutes. So 30 minutes in 30 days, so that would be 1/2 an hour times 30 is 15 hours. So you at 15 hours of actual new conversations, you have put yourself into a momentum. The first 1 to 10 hours is what AI was describing me through science, that this is the pain period of a lot of stuff, and it's awkward, and it doesn't feel good. You're nervous, but after you can get to that 10 to 15, you get momentum. And then once you can get past 20 hours, it becomes more subconscious. You don't have to think. You're more free. You're more natural, right? So that's why this is so important. So I thought that was very interesting. And, relying on scripts, you're going to be stuck with that if you can't do this. You're just going to have to keep saying the dumb line over and over. You're not going to be able to freely communicate. All right. So this is where me and Jim and I kind of got offhand. So one of the things, we just want small things to think about this first month, and not to worry. So it says here, use hand anchors. It's called a steeple. It's like doing this, but you're going to be standing up a lot of the times. If you're sitting down with somebody, or you're sitting by yourself and you feel fidgety, the steeple like that, kind of like lower near your stomach, if you can see, can be good. Even Neil Strauss taught this like 20 years ago. I think that can be good, but keep your head up, hugely important. Keep your chin up, shoulders back, straight posture. You want to always be doing good posture. Military and police officers obviously have great presence, and they do this very well. So it's direct eye contact, smile, good posture. So it says take up space. So, you want your legs a little far apart, but we don't want to go too out there. We don't want to fold our arms. Sometimes this can be comfortable, but maybe if we're not talking to somebody, we can do that. But we do not want closed body posture while communicating with somebody new. Yeah, so that's basically it. But the theme is positivity. So we want to have positive statements, a positive attitude without being cheesy and corny or forcing it. It's just slight positivity. It's not an SNL skit. We're not doing fucking affirmations in the fucking mirror saying, I'm a winner. We're actually doing shit. So hopefully that made sense. Positive attitude, body posture, chin up, direct eye contact, smile, and so brush your teeth and fucking groom. You might want to consider, don't know how my eyes are. My eyes aren't too red, but you might want to consider eye drops. It's something nobody talks about, but which is a great health indicator, or just get so healthy your eyes are clear. All right, so the 5 things not to do. It says the high steeple. I was just getting an argument with AI about that. That's just fucking weird. This is why I mentioned this to me, but I don't think this is a thing to worry about. I don't know who the fuck does this. And something like the high steeple was like this. And I'm like, who the fuck does that? That's just shit's fucking weird. I mean, maybe if you're like in a thinking position, but I don't interact with, who the fuck interacts? Sorry, my laptop keeps like this. Anyway, I've never seen too many people do it. Fidgeting. That's an energy leak. That's nervous energy. So we're going to have to hands out of the pockets, hands open. We don't want to be clenching our fists, doing any kind of self-soothing postures. I actually looked up this thing I used to do about rubbing the top of my head. I was like, I swear to God, only bald guys do this. And supposedly, they say there's science on this. Sometimes I'm like, is AI just fucking bullshitting me? But we don't want that stuff, like pulling your ear, scratching your face. Stop touching your fucking face. Stop moving around. Plant your feet and just have a pleasant conversation with somebody. It's not that fucking serious. And we're lowering the barrier, and you're gonna really feel how it's not that serious. We're just having a good conversation. Some people won't hear you or don't want to hear you or whatever. It's all good. We just keep on moving and we don't even notice it. So it's saying not rush your speech. Absolutely. That's slow down a little bit if you're getting too hyped up, if you're too much energy or too much. It says flinching away. Do not instantly turn your body away if the interaction feels stiff. I need to correct this a little better, but I guess that's like, all right. Using a quiet voice, never mumble. Obviously, project your voice. I mean, that's pretty good. We just don't want to say negative comments. We want to lower the barrier to have the least anxiety as possible. All right, so we're going through this in the month. When you're talking to the women, I felt like this is a good thing to work on because motherfuckers are going to want to jump too early. It's going to kill them. It's like, what do you mean I can't? I can't fucking talk to a woman I'm romantically interested in. So I'm not saying you can, but we're not going direct on her. You definitely can talk to attractive women, and you should, but the goal is social presence and mastering talking to new people. But okay, so within, it's kind of like a bonus round. Can you make it to week 2 or week 3 before you worry about this? But I had to put this. So top 5 indicators of interest, IOIs. It's what it gave me. I think it's okay. But it's sustained eye contact. But you have so much social experience, you can tell what's the difference between a friendly conversation and with romantic interest. Because if you're on week 2, you've at least talked to 50 fucking people. So they like eyes and hold it with a smile. I mean, this is how we approach people, like eyes and with a smile. We don't hold it. That's a little too intense. You don't hold it. You just do it for a couple seconds, but we don't keep staring. We go back into a normal, a less engaging convo. You know, not that intense. So physical proximity. I've talked about this. The bubbles. You need to notice distance. A woman that is comfortable with you right off the bat doesn't necessarily mean attraction. A lot of times it does, but if she's standing closer than you than normal, since you've been conscious on these 100 new interactions you're going to have in this month, you're going to be able to tell. So there's like a friend bubble, there's a romantic bubble, and then there's a stranger bubble. So these are 3 levels of distance. I would say anything, if she is standing within 1 foot of you, anything at that range and closer is romantic, or she has a disability. And there's 1% of the population of women you'll see this, but it's very rare. But it's usually some kind of, I don't know, autism or something to that effect. They just awkward. Okay. On this, we got the reality check. There will be bad and awkward days. The only goal is just to keep going. There's going to be some people fucking straight up scared of you. Like I've had this happen. It's rare. It's like 1 out of 100, but we're going to talk to 100 people. So there's going to be 10% of shit that's just fucking weird, awkward. I said, when I was doing grocery delivery, I said hi to this older lady. Well, not too old, but I imagine late 50s. She just looked scared to fucking death, like I was going to kill her. I don't know. That was fucking weird. Some people give you attitude, but the vast majority of people, a good 90%, are really cool. So just realize that's going to happen. Don't just be prepared. It's not that big of a deal. You might not get some good sleep. You might have the energy, so you might have lower energy. So then that's going to be good for you interacting socially. How to interact on lower energy. The goal is consistency. It's not being perfect, not being the greatest salesman on earth, the most positive man on earth. We're just a human being trying to communicate. And so it's saying moving through the awkwardness is exactly how to build thick skin. We don't need thick skin. We need thick skin. Is like going direct all day. And I know this is a subpar game, compared to being a natural. Disagree with me if you want, but this is what I've seen. We don't want thick skin. We don't want thin skin. We just don't need to be so fragile that one conversation out of 100 is fucking odd. We don't need to have breakdowns and feel bad about ourselves. So we need not thick or thin skin. We need social awareness and social backing and social experience. All right, this is going to be very important. I've thought about this a lot, and this is something I've done, and I did a little bit of the old school P way, was to do field reports, written down field reports. I did that a little bit, but this is so much better, is the nightly video debrief with yourself. Record yourself talking about the positive things. See, we're on a positivity mindset, the positive things that happened in these 3 to 4 new people you talked to that day. So we are building positive momentum. It is not a metaphysical momentum is not a metaphysical concept. It is an intellectual, emotional concept. We're rewarding ourselves to keep on going. So in these videos, talk about what happened positive, and that's it. And then we look at the videos. Okay, now we're good. So then we see how we're speaking on these videos of our own field reports, and we have a visual check of how our posture, facial expressions, and hand movements are. You do it on mute. There's a communication guy. He's the Asian guy. Never can pronounce his name right, but he teaches this, and Neil Strauss had a version of this years ago. And get out the ums. So it's been well documented, and it works fucking great. So you would watch your video on mute to see how you communicate. Then auditory audio, you turn around the video and just listen. So you just listen to the way you talk, and see the things you can improve. And then what he would do is write down the words and get out all the words of like filler words, or any words that aren't free flowing, things like that. So we get to 30-day theme. Yeah, I got to get this to do it better, but the theme, the most important thing is talking to new people with a positive mindset. That's it. We're just focused on everything good. Negative motherfuckers. All this, right, what I'm telling you is backed by science, right? So, and I can go through all the scientific articles on everything I've just told you. But I was looking up recently the power of being the bearer of good news versus being the bearer of bad news, and then the social thing that happens with that. When you go talk to somebody and they smile, the more likely it is for the next person you talk to smile. It's fucking crazy, but this is standard social proof, and it's standard. It's really common sense. You know, we're not out here, especially after work, being social, spending fucking money, want to hear some negative shit. Who the fuck wants to hear that? So get off of that. The whole thing is about positive, and then you're going to see that you are much better than you ever thought you were. But at the same time, don't force the positivity, and don't be cheesy or fake. Don't, so. Try to be present, be grounded. Try to leave the person better off. It almost sounds too serious, but just leave on a positive note. All right. The shit that's going to drive people fucking nuts, and just like it did me, is that women are going to become attracted to you when you don't care. You're just being positive. The act of you not wanting her romantically and just being social is going to make her attracted to you. So it's going to drive you fucking nuts. It's going to be like, what the fuck's going on? So, we just need to observe the blatant IOIs. Any woman touching you, any woman up in your personal space, you get a clear idea. after all these interactions. When this happens, but you should be after week 2. The easiest number close ever is like, let's exchange numbers and have your phone out. And have the phone to where you expect this sale. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You get your phone out to where you're about to press in the numbers, and then you look up at her, like, yo, what's your number? You can say put it in, or you can ask for it, whatever. But I'm at 23 for 25 when I was counting IOI as the number closes. So, I mean, we're looking at over 95% close rate after this. So I don't focus on this. At least wait to week 2, or at least wait to the weekends or something. There's more to it, but we need to keep it simple. I need to rewrite this, but this will get you where you need to be. And so then we can move on. And so I don't have to talk about this dumb shit. You don't have to beat your head against the fucking wall for fucking years, man. These fucking guys have been talking about the same bullshit forever because they won't get the social presence. They won't figure out who they resonate with and who they don't resonate with. And after talking to so many people, I can walk away from a woman. I don't care, man. I don't care how good looking she is. Is she going to give me money? if women start handing out me money, I might change my mind. But so this is the way. That's the way to become a natural. Change your whole life like this. But you got to put in the reps. And you got to have a high social awareness, and because naturals are not afraid to talk to people throughout the day. A natural has no fear of talking to somebody because a natural has built up these reps. You know, and I looked up the science. There's actual science on the myth of the natural, like people were born this way. And there's a paper written on this, and it's all about reinforcing behaviors. If you can find the positivity in the behavior, you feel rewarded and you keep doing it. Now, we might have been in the past been punished trying to reach out or trying to be romantic with a woman. So we hit that punish thing, so we stopped. And this has killed our natural ability that I would imagine the majority of men have. I don't, there's probably some fucked up situations, but we have this within us. Anyway, I'll try to improve this for a YouTube video. Peace. Have a good one.